Coming to you from the Lydia Media Studios in the heart of Lewiston, Auburn, it's Lydia's Lunch Bunch, LA's afternoon morning show with Mark and Pam today because it's Friday. Sarah's off.
She is.
She can only take 4 days of us, Pam.
Yeah, I know. But she's not paddling, I don't think. Well, she might.
She might be.
The sun's not out.
She might. If you're near a body of water, just look for Sarah. She might be there.
She'll wave.
We are covering news and events in the greater LA area and talking to the people making a difference in our community. Feel free to share your comments, questions, or suggestions via email at podcast@lydiamediallc.com.
And today's show is brought to you by United Piping, serving residential and commercial customers with new installations and repairs. Call today and schedule your oil and gas boiler cleanings at 754-4556. UPI, the best plumbers around. And by Ruper's Beverage and Redemption. When it comes to beer, wine, and spirits, don't botch it, squatch it. At 5 locations in Lewiston, Auburn, and Oxford. Learn more at rupersbeverage.com. And remember, the party starts at Ruper's.
We have the pleasure of being joined in studio today by Greater LA Triple Crown 5K Series committee members Erin Dunbar and Shawn Vincent. How you doing?
Great. Thanks for having us in today.
Of course. Erin, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Excellent. So for those who aren't aware, let's talk about the Triple Crown and what it's all about.
Go for it, Erin.
Okay. Well, the Triple Crown is our 3 races that we have each summer. We have the YMCA Fit Fest in June, and we have Emily's Run in July, and then we have the LA Bridge Run in August. So there's 3 5K races over the summer that happen in Lewiston, Auburn. The YMCA Fit Fest, the money from that we are able to disperse to them, they use for scholarships for kids to go to camp, for the Y, for kids that would normally maybe not be able to go to camp. And then for Emily's Run, the Fletcher Foundation, they donate annually to the public library, the Auburn Nordic Ski Association, the Bird Club, Tree Street Youth, and they also have a couple college scholarships from that they give to kids graduating from EL. And then the Bridge Run, last year, they sent 30 kids from Auburn Middle School to the ecology school down in Saco. They went for a couple nights and had all their meals. And so, yeah, each year is a little different. Each organization might not donate to the same cause, but for the most part, the Y always does the scholarships, and then the other 2 foundations, they pick where they want to donate their proceeds that each year.
Generally, it's about kids. You know, even the race itself, it's free registration for 14 and under. And then on top of that, the money that's raised goes to take care of kids in our towns here and making sure that they get experiences that they might not have otherwise.
What I love about this series is the races are spread out throughout the summer. The Fit Fest is coming right up on June 8th, and it's getting busy for you guys, I imagine.
Yeah, we're down to our last meeting before we bring out the boxes and set up the tents and get ready for that first race. And it's exciting. We've done this so many times now, and we have such a strong committee that we all have our roles, and I think we're ready to go.
You're a well-oiled machine.
Well, the weather. Right. The weather is what we're counting on.
Yeah.
You know, that's fingers crossed. It's been a rough spring.
Hopefully we'll get all these rainy weekends out of the way
Right.
before the Fit Fest.
Yeah.
Emily's Run is coming up on July 20th and the LA Bridge Run on August 24th. I'd love to get a little bit of background on the two of you and why you decided to join the Triple Crown Committee and give so much of your time and energy to it.
I think this is my 13th year. I had started a 5K. I'm a school principal. I'm a middle school principal in Poland. And I had started a 5K for my school 13 years ago, and then I kind of got drafted into this group. Hey, you know how to do these things.
Yes.
You know, come on board. So I did. And at the time, my wife had already run a Triple Crown, and we had pretty active kids. My kids were very young. They came out, did the kids' runs. And just the community, just the positive scene. It was so positive, and I hadn't run the Triple Crown at that point, but I was happy to get involved, and now I can't get away from it. Yeah. You know, whether I like it or not.
And Erin?
I used to live over by EL, and I used to see this group of people running at the track, and I think it was like 2008, and I was like, oh, well, that looks fun. And so I figured out what the club was, and it was Bob Brainerd's running club. So I joined that, started running, and then a lot of people from that club did the Triple Crown races, so I decided to give that a go, and then did that for a couple of years, and then decided, well, I want to be part of this committee. This looks fun. So I think this is my 12th or 13th year that I've been on the committee.
And I think I've shared this with the two of you previously, but when I used to cover sports for the Sun Journal, at the end of every game, there was always half of the people that went home sad. Half of the people went home happy. And then they assigned me to cover the Fit Fest. And I had never attended a 5K before, didn't know anything about running. And at the end, at the finish line, everyone was smiling. It didn't matter if you finished in 15 to 18 minutes or if you finished in 45 minutes. Everybody was happy at the end, and everybody hung out and celebrated and was cheering. That's what I love, too, is the people that finish early. They will hang out at the finish line and cheer on the other runners. It's a great community and just a wonderful event.
And that's what I look forward to at each of our races is that, it's like homecoming. We see these people from all over town that maybe you don't see. Yeah. Everybody goes and hibernates through the winter, and then they come out for these beautiful big community events, and people stick around and just chat and catch up, and you get some exercise in as well. So that's what I look forward to, family and friends.
It is pretty awesome, and it's much more than a 5K as well. And if one of you could take us through the course of the day and let people know what to expect at these events, because I've done a lot of 5Ks myself, and there's none better than the Triple Crown series.
So we encourage people. We'll open registration. I think it's around 7:30. Is that right?
Yeah, 7:30.
So you can come the day before. We're going to have bib pickup the day before at Baxter Brewing from 12 to 2.
Yep, 12 to 2.
So that'll be June 7th. So if you register in advance, I suggest that's the way to go, because then you can just walk up to the start line the next day. But you're also welcome to come in early on Sunday, pick up your bib, and then we'll start with a kids' fun run at 8 o'clock. It's a short little jog, and it's a great way to get kids started. Excellent opportunity for photographs. The fire department here in Auburn has been awesome for years and years about organizing that for us. And that's followed by the national anthem, and then the race starts at 8:30. I think we usually are kind of winding things down around 9:30. We do the awards and recognize people in each of their age groups and overall finishers, and then we're cleaning up. So it's a pretty quick event.
It's a great way to start off your day.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah, you feel great throughout the rest of the day as well.
You're like, I accomplished something.
While most people are getting out of bed, you're like, I've already done a 5K and hung out with friends, and just a great event. And you also welcome teams as well, don't you?
We do. We've a couple of team recognitions. We have fastest team receives some kind of a prize, and then we also have the largest team. So we've had some schools in the past who've won largest teams, and more recently, I think, was it the dentist group?
Maple Way Dental.
Yeah, they had a huge.
And they're coming on as a sponsor for the first time this year.
Nice.
We're excited about that, to have them and their big group of employees and family members and kids. They bring a big group.
And these are all certified courses, correct?
They are. I will say that Emily's Run has gone through some transitions in the last couple of years. As Edward Little has been going through some construction. So that course has changed a couple of times, and I think it's going to change one more time this year, and we'll see how that goes. Ralph Fletcher, he's an all-star. I don't know if you know him at all, but he's working very hard to put together a great course, and I know he's working with Scott Brown, I think, to certify that. So it's a work in progress, but it will be exciting to kind of go back to some of the similar Emily's Run experience that people have seen in the past. We've had to kind of mix it up the last 2 years.
So going back to what I told you earlier, after I covered the Fit Fest, I decided that I was going to become a runner and do some 5Ks. And Emily's Run was my very first 5K, and I was told it probably shouldn't be because it's a little hilly.
I was going to ask you, what did you find out? Because it's not only is it hilly, it's also the hottest race usually, right there in the middle of the summer. But that's usually our biggest draw, and not only for the course. Some people, we have some diehards out there, but also for what it represents. Emily Fletcher and the community that's around her family and friends, and just supports the connection to Edward Little High School. It's great that continues year after year.
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
so funny. That was bad decision on my part, but it was also Trevor's first 5K.
Oh boy. Yeah. How'd it go?
I remember finishing, and then I was walking back. I'm like, oh, God. I'm like, where is he? I'm like, he's probably sitting on a curb somewhere.
Yes.
No, he finished. Yeah, it's deceiving. You're like, oh, and when you're a teenager, 3 miles doesn't sound like a long way, but
Oh, it's funny to watch the kids.
Yeah.
They go out like they're shot out of a cannon, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're way out in front for that first, 100 yards.
mile.
And then you're ducking and dodging around the rest of the course.
Alex just ran his first 5K.
That's
He
awesome.
was at the Dash for Dogs, so he's really excited to do another one. We were actually going to run one on Mother's Day, but we didn't make it. So maybe the Fit Fest will be the next one.
I highly suggest it.
Yeah, that's my favorite one. I don't know why. It's my favorite one of the three.
Is it the flattest of the three?
I think the first one and the third one, the Bridge Runner,
Yeah, Bridge
there's some
Runner's-
similar,
Yeah.
courses there. A lot of people, by the time they get to the Bridge Run, they're in shape. They've run, a little bit throughout the summer, so that can be the fastest one for a lot of people. But I'd say the first and the third are pretty similar. But you want a challenge, sign up for that Emily's
Yep.
Run. Just sign up for the whole
Yeah, sign up for the whole series. That's a great point because you can still do that, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you're not going to beat the price either. I think it's $75 right
Yes.
now for the
Yeah.
Triple Crown.
For all 3 races.
I always sign up for all 3, and then, sometimes I don't run one of the races because some things come up, but I just sign up for them because it forces me to, one, prepare for running, and then if I'm not doing anything that weekend, then I'm like, I gotta go. I'm already signed up.
And even if you don't make the race, you know that your registration fee is going to some great causes here
Absolutely.
to support the community, which is fantastic as well. So say folks aren't into running or they have an injury and can't run, how can they still support the Triple Crown?
Thank you for asking that very loaded question. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
No, I mean, there are places to make donations for sure, but I would love to. We need volunteers. For each of these races, they're out on the streets of Auburn-Lewiston, and it's critical that we have a safe course, and that depends on having excellent volunteers, which we have had year after year. But we would love to get some more people out there. We actually have room on our committee too. If there's some folks who would love to join, they like what we're talking about today, they'd love to be part of the leadership. Erin and I can only do this for so long, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Erin's pretty convinced.
People leave, and then we just end up with just doing what they were doing, and which is great. I mean, I'm not complaining, but we could use a couple extra people to help out with stuff.
It never hurts to have a few more hands.
Right.
And you can always walk the races too. You don't have to be a runner. We have a lot of walkers. We need volunteers at every race. We are always looking for more prizes for our runners because we do a lot of awards. So if you own a business and can donate a small gift kit or anything, we're always very grateful for that as well.
What kind of time commitment is necessary to be on the committee?
We meet once a month for the most part. I mean, as we get down to the race day, we may meet a little bit more often, but it's a pretty fine-tuned machine. So we start in January, getting together once a month, and we have a list that we just kind of reproduce year after year and just make sure we're in a good place with that. And then on race days, the committee shows up at 5:30 in the morning to start setup, and we're usually out of there by 10:30 or 11. We're done for the day. So it's not an overwhelming commitment, but it does have a lot of positive effect. And honestly, I go because I really enjoy the people that we meet with. It's been great, getting to know Erin through this a little bit, and Ralph Fletcher, Michael LeCompte, Marcy Hurd, and you can go right down the list. I would hate to leave too many people out, but those are the directors for the different races that we have.
As Pam mentioned earlier, like a well-oiled machine. I'm a former Triple Crown committee member, and I was there 5:30 in the morning helping to set up those races, and it's such a great feeling, great team, great camaraderie there, and you just have people. What can I do next? Where can I help? How can I assist? It's just, it seems like a family on race day.
Well, and it is a family too. Erin and I both have kids that we drag down, and they're old enough
screaming.
now. Yeah, they're not only doing kids fun run anymore; they are doing cleanup afterwards too.
They're running, they're setting up, Brooklyn loves to organize the merchandise table. It's like, so now our kids are involved and it's fun.
Yeah, and they've grown up in this. They know it's an expectation as much as it is a good time.
Yep.
But it's so much fun. And to go and compete and just have a great time with friends. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's such a feel-good thing. All of the races, like you said, Mark, everybody finishing the race is always in a good mood.
Yeah.
But even the people watching and cheering you on and standing in the sides, it's just such a positive feeling and event. And not only do you get exercise, but you start your day really feeling good.
And you get a piece of pizza after.
That's right. Or a banana, whatever you're into, right?
Watermelon seems to be very popular.
Yeah.
The committee was on Erin. Make sure you get watermelon.
Yeah.
That's all they talk about. They want watermelon. And I'm like, try to get us some watermelon. So if anyone out there has watermelon, donate. I need some.
You mentioned volunteers. What types of positions are available?
For the most part, I think volunteers were looking for people on the course. We also have people who they serve the food afterwards, and Grant Jewett is our volunteer coordinator, and you can actually sign up as a volunteer right on the website, and he'll be in contact with you. He does a great job of getting people organized on race day. He expects people to be there, I think, around 8. I think he has a meeting with 7:38.
7:38, and then they get sent out because some of them have to walk out onto the course. And but yeah, we always need course monitors
on corners and just kind of keeping an eye on the group who's walking or running.
And folks, while you're out there on the course, thank the volunteers.
Absolutely.
Say hi.
Yeah.
High
Thank them
fives.
for being there. High fives are always welcome. A lot of the volunteers will bring noisemakers themselves and be cheering the runners on, which is just it's fantastic, and it just adds so much to the day. Do you want to talk about your sponsors a little bit?
Yeah, we have so many great sponsors. I don't know where to start, I guess. But Maple Way Dental is our newest sponsor this year. The Auburn Exchange Club is one of our sponsors. Geiger, Poland Spring, Baxter, the Auburn Fire Department, Sassaville Chiropractic, Blackie's, Essence. They do like a post-race massage.
That's right. We forgot to mention that one.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah, and
Big for a lot
Sassaville
of
will look at you before the race or after the race if you're having any sort of pain. They've been a sponsor forever. I'm doing this all off the
You're doing a
top
good
of my
job.
head.
I would say don't forget Saco Bay. They've been really
Saco
important.
Bay.
last
Yep,
couple-
they signed on a couple years ago, so they are on site. And then if there's
First
any
aid.
first aid emergency, or they're here for that.
P&G.
Yep, Procter and
Some
Gamble.
people come just for P&G.
Yeah, just for the products.
Yeah.
So we joke about that every year. Who's going to go pick up the product?
Yeah.
Yeah, P&G. I know I'm probably missing some people, and I should look at my list.
But Erin is the coordinator for the sponsors, and she does an awesome job of recruiting. She's not afraid to ask for help, and so that's been a strength, for
Yeah, sure.
for years.
Yep. So if you're interested in becoming a sponsor, it's never too late.
Yeah.
There's always a need for something, or if you'd like to be a sponsor for next year. Let's see. I'm just going to look
Did you
at my
mention
list.
Ruper's?
Yep. Ruper's is our course record sponsor. So if someone breaks the course record, they will receive $100. So last year, since Emily's run was a new course, both
Oh, nice.
there was a winner in
Yeah.
in each category. Bilodeau Insurance, Bates College, and Lamy Wellhand. I can't forget about Lamy.
No, yeah, they've been with
And
us from the beginning.
that's where Ben Fletcher works there, and they donate certificates for shoes, part of the prizes, and coupons for prizes, and they've been a sponsor probably since the beginning, I'm assuming,
Yeah.
the Triple Crown.
Yeah.
How do folks register?
Oh, you got to get on the website, and I was just doing a quick search. I was just searching Triple Crown Series 5K because you're going to come up with that horse race. Probably that's the first thing that's going to pop up. But Greater LA Triple Crown 5K, and I would get registered as soon as possible. We want to build this. We want to make it what it used to be. We were up. I don't know. We must have had races of 685. I remember years ago. And the last couple of years, it's been more under 300, and we're looking to get back to those numbers, to build the community again. I don't know where the runners have gone. I don't know where they are, but this is a great entry. This is a great place to start. Folks who want to get out, get active, start running. This is a very safe place to start. If people have questions about it, I really encourage them to check out our Facebook site and ask questions there. We just really look forward to connecting with the community at our first race, the YMCA Fit Fest, coming right up.
It is family fun at its finest. Pam, are you signed up?
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's on my list.
It's bringing back so many memories. I might have to sign up as well.
Someone
And the
was
price is right. You can't beat it.
No, you
find
can't.
another
Can't beat it.
Absolutely.
5K. And you can register on race morning if you decide
Do
you
it
want to
last
sign.
minute.
Yeah, last minute registration. You can sign up at Baxter when we have bid pickup. If you want to come in then and fill out the paper form, you can do that.
You need
Great.
to sign up for the series before the first race. So, you can sign up race by race. It's a lot more, it's more expensive, but I suggest just do it all in one fell swoop. Sign up for the series very soon.
Yeah, for all three. Did you say 75? Like some races, that's for one race. So
Yeah.
very affordable. And they're fun.
Erin, what do you love most about running?
Finishing.
Getting done.
I just like it that it's something I haven't been running a ton more in recent years, but it's something that I know I can do. I go out and do it, even if I haven't been. It's like my body knows. My body knows it can go run 3 miles, and it's just. I'm not saying it's easy, but I know I can do it. Like my kids complain, I could never run. I'm like, yes, you can. You just need to go.
Just got to start.
You have to start somewhere, and anyone can start running. I mean, for the most part, you just go out. You have to run a half a mile.
Sure.
And then the next time you run, add an extra minute on. Just something that I know I can do, and I love it. And even if I take a break, I'll just go back to it, and I love it just as much.
You learn a lot about yourself on the course.
Absolutely.
My advice to anyone who may be out of shape like me and hasn't run in a while, start slow. Don't go out and try to run a 5K in 20 minutes.
No.
Start slow.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
But I've talked to a lot of people too who are like, I really want to start running. Do you have any advice? And I say, sign up for a 5K because it gives you something to shoot for. It gives you a goal, and you don't need to go crush it. But the nice thing about running a race or getting involved in track and field in any way is that you can set a personal best every time that you go out. So you can, give yourself a goal, something to work towards. 5K is a great one, a great way to just get started.
Yeah. What do you love so much about running, Shawn?
Number one was I got involved because of the community. I really, and I mean community of runners. I joined Sabatis Run Club up the road. Just being part of that group of people was extremely positive for me. I looked forward to seeing those guys. Over time, I think the reason why I run has changed. I'm getting a little bit older now, and it's an easy way for me to stay in shape and to be able to. I can schedule that workout anytime that I want because running doesn't take a lot. I used to play softball and basketball here in town, and that was a lot of fun. But then as my kids were growing up, I couldn't, have my own schedule. I had to kind of change, and running provided me the opportunity to just go out and be active whenever I had some spare time. And, now I've run some marathons, and I've made a lot of friends, and I had heart surgery a couple of years ago, and this was kind of the way that I got back into being myself again, is started slow with walking and building up back to running again. And that's been exciting and positive part of who I am.
What have your marathon experiences been like?
They've been pretty positive. I've had a chance to do some big ones. I've done Disney World Marathon like 4 times, and I did Boston once, which was really cool. Sugarloaf a couple times, Maine Marathon, and one of my more recent ones I ran with my daughter. It was her first marathon, and that was probably the coolest thing that I had ever done. We came in together just right at 4 hours. So she did great, and it was neat to have that shared experience.
Yeah. I've done one marathon in my life. It was in New Orleans, and it started on Saturday, and I finished on Tuesday. And I was like, I need to train harder next time.
What kind of marathon are we talking about, Mark?
It was well, now that you mention that, it was New Orleans.
Right.
So the unique thing about it was one of those rock and roll marathons, and they also had a half marathon. So up until the 13.1 cutoff, it was all water and Gatorade and whatever you needed at the rest areas. for the people who ran the marathon, being New Orleans, it was water, Gatorade, vodka, beer. Yeah, they had a little bit of everything.
Oh, boy.
And I passed on all of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm having a hard enough time without that stuff.
Not helpful.
Millinocket, if you ever go up there for their half or their full, that you're going to find all kinds of things along the.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's interesting. Good time.
Yeah, good times.
When in Millinocket.
And we were talking about how affordable it is to sign up for the Triple Crown. Running is also a very affordable sport as well. Just need some good footwear, shorts and a shirt, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
There's a lot of memes and jokes about that. You know, you have good intentions of saving money, but when you start paying for a pair of shoes now, it's I don't know, $140 for a good pair of shoes. But not to try and dissuade anybody from getting out there, but it is funny how quickly everything adds up.
This has been super fun. Anything else about the Triple Crown 5K series that folks should know?
Just sign up, volunteer, show up, cheer. You can just come out and cheer people on. I mean, it's a fun little morning. The Fit Fest, where it's right at Festival Plaza in Auburn, and just come on down and cheer people on, and take it all in. And then go from there. Then sign up for Emily's run.
It happened to me. Be part of that community. Get out there and support. TripleCrown5K.com is the website. You can there's plenty of time to register. Registration closes June 6th at 10 a.m. And the YMCA Fit Fest is 2 days later, Sunday, June 8th at Festival Plaza.
Whether you want a sit-down meal or a grab-and-go, Pat's Pizza in Auburn offers delicious sandwiches, pasta, salads, and pizza at family-friendly prices. Pat's Pizza, serving the LA area since 1985. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 85 Center Street in Auburn. Online at patsauburn.com.
We like to close the show with a segment called 3 Random Questions, where we get to know you a little bit outside of your Triple Crown committee persona, if you will. So if you're game, we'll fire some questions at you.
Sounds great.
All right.
Scary.
It's not scary. It's pretty harmless and fun. Shawn, we'll start with you. What's your favorite way to unwind after a busy day?
This feels like a softball question. I'm going to say running, of course. You get out there and...
Let's say aside from running.
Oh, okay. Again, softball question. I love going to my kids' ball games. Mm-hmm. So I have 2 girls playing softball, one for Auburn Middle School and one for Edward Little right now. And that's the way that I can get away from my job and just focus on family.
Erin?
Sometimes running, but not so often. Just hanging out with my husband and my kids and my dog, and just, we watch a lot of YouTube together as a family. We are big into watching people travel, so we do that.
Oh, cool.
Or just hang out on our back deck when it's nice out.
If you could meet any living person for dinner, who would you pick? Oh. And I'll do Erin first.
Oh, goodness. Shawn, you go.
No, I'm struggling over here. I don't know.
I'm still thinking. Yeah. The wheels are turning.
I didn't think it was that hard of a question.
No.
I don't want to be wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want to be wrong.
I don't know. I've never really thought about that. You know what I'm going to say, and this is going to be funny, is that I just watched the Netflix show about Martha Stewart, and I'm very intrigued by her. I would love to go to dinner with Martha. Or I want her to cook me something. Yeah. Like, I find her very interesting.
Me too.
I didn't really know the whole backstory of her life prior to the scandal, or whatever you want to call it. So, yes, Martha Stewart.
All right.
Badass.
That's a great answer.
Is.
Yeah.
See, it just took a little time.
Yeah.
What do you got, Shawn?
Nate Bargatze. I just find him hilarious. I really enjoy his comedy. I think he's a really interesting guy.
Is he the one that does comedy without a shirt on?
No, that's Bert Kreischer.
Bargatze is very family friendly.
Yes,
I'm
he
actually
is.
going to see one of his buddies, Dusty Slay, down in Portland tonight. So I really like Nate. He has a podcast called Nate Land, which is really good too. Yeah.
Final question, and we'll start with Shawn. Shawn, what could you teach someone to do today with 100% certainty? Do you have an answer for him, Erin?
No.
No? Okay, I thought you might know something that we didn't.
No.
These questions, I don't know where you're getting them.
All I heard earlier was softball question.
Yeah, well, the first one was a softball question. This one here.
We do this every day, Shawn. We've come up with some good ones.
All right. with well, I work in a school, so I should have a whole list for you. But I don't know if I could come up with something. I'm not somebody who drywalls or anything like that. I don't have a clue when it comes. I'm pretty good at wallpapering, to be honest with you. I could do that. I could show somebody how to wallpaper.
It's a valuable skill.
Yeah.
Erin, what do you got?
I could help someone book a cruise with 100% certainty.
All right.
Perfect.
Are you big on the cruises?
Yes, I'm a travel agent.
Oh, well, there you go.
So I should have a different answer, like something that's not work related. I wouldn't say like I'm thinking of things like drive a car. Probably not. My husband would say no. Plant a garden.
There you go.
I mean, I could do that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Garden.
You guys survived 3 random questions.
I
Congratulations.
didn't like that.
Yeah, that was painful.
They're like, I thought we were coming here to talk about the Triple Crown.
Well, we did that.
Yeah.
Now you need to close on our terms.
Where are the margaritas?
Right.
Where's Jesse?
Yeah, we drank all those that day. We have this next.
We got some lemonade vodka for you if you want to crack that open.
No.
Oh, okay. Wasn't sure if you were serious. Erin and Shawn, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for your time this morning, and best of luck with great weather and a hugely successful Greater LA Triple Crown 5K series.
Thank you so much. It's
Absolutely.
been a pleasure to be here.
Yes, thanks for having us.
Thanks to our sponsors, Ruper's Beverage and Redemption and United Piping. And if you'd like to be part of the Lydia's Lunch Bunch advertising family, reach out to Pam via email at pam@lydiamediallc.com.
Have a great day, and remember, don't bite your cat. And I will say I have bitten my cat.